Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be trying Morphe's collaboration palette with Manny MUA, the Glam palette. So I do like the colors of it. I have to say, like, Morphe isn't my favorite brand out there, because I do find it a little like hit and miss, especially with some of its collaborations. So I am going a little bit like, oh, I don't know what to expect. So fingers crossed it's good. It does have some nice colors. It does have some of like the zodiac signs. So like 4 of the zodiac signs, and mine's not one of them. And I'm like, I don't like that either. But when I'm testing eyeshadow palettes, I don't use like an eye primer or concealer generally, just because I want to see how the eyeshadow just blanket works. Of course, if you use a concealer or eyeshadow primer, it should have the shades kind of pop more in color if pigmentation's an issue and kind of last longer. But I'm gonna go into Boy Next Door. And just kind of blend that into my crease. So I'm taking this nice and big, just with a fluffy eyeshadow brush. So I think it's a nice kind of simple transition shade. Kind of with a precision shader, so it's a little pointed. I'm gonna go into Gamenta. And there's that pink color. And I'm just gonna apply this to my outer corner as well as my inner corner, trying to do almost like a halo eye. Taking it a little above into that crease. See, this is one where I don't think it applies as good as I would like as some others, like your HG palette from Violet Voss. But then again, it is more expensive. But it's a buildable color. So almost when I'm tapping, I have the color pointed up and I'm tapping just to keep more of that pigment on the brush. I do still think it's a pretty color. And something not being as pigmented but buildable is still kind of nice, especially if you're starting to play with some colors. Because it just makes it a little bit easier that you're not like, oh, that's not where I want it. You can kind of buffer away if need be. Going in with another brush, I'm going to go into Scorpio, which is a metallic shade, and apply this to the center of my lid. feel like that did kind of nothing. So again, you could kind of use to make it work, you can, to get more of like that metal foil look, use a setting spray. Do it on your brush, go into the palette. I don't mind the subtlety of this color. And I have to say, like, not bad fallout. So that is nice. And again, I think it's like that buildable coverage. I do think just with the back of the brush, I'm going to go into Nova, which is that highlighting shade, and just brighten low on my lid, close to my lash line. Going in with a smudger, I do think I'm going to go into Spellbound and just kind of smoke this on my lower lash line. And then just going in with kind of Boy Next Door, blending. Going back into Pigment. And then I do think just with my finger going into that highlight shade, Apollo, and putting it into my inner corner. Going in with my Dior Pump and Volume HD mascara. Sorry, there was a hair on my wand. So I do think if you're like, oh, I don't know about like bright colors and that, eyeliner, just a black eyeliner kind of helps, I feel, tone down the color so it's not so like bam, and the black kind of balances it a little bit. And then as well, you can stick on your fake eyelashes. I really want to try metallic ones because I really was a fan of eyelash extensions, but I've just been in the water too much to make it worthwhile. But let me do some swatches for you. So we do have Dusty Cloud, Scorpio, Fire Witch. That is like a nice color. Leo. Going into my second row, I have Sophie, Spellbound, Cancer. Not the biggest fan of Cancer. It layers better. And then Senna. That's a nice kind of transition color. My last row is Boy Next Door. I'm probably saying this one so wrong too. And like, swatching, it doesn't swatch the best. Gamenta, Aries, and then Howl. So like they swatch nicer. It is a better Morphe palette that I've seen. Going in to my two highlights is, I couldn't even remember my fingers what I did. So Apollo, and then Nova. It's not bad ones. So I think it's just a nice, safe palette, right? Not too bad for the price point of it. Kind of the only shade. Okay, there's maybe like the pink shade could be better for what it is, and Cancer, but then the other shades are really nice, and it does have some nice browns in it. Because sometimes like some of those different transition shades are definitely nice to have. So I'm happy that I got to try this out with my BoxyCharm and that, but I do appreciate that Morphe is one that ships to Canada, and will do like Canadian pricing for things and like shipping. I wish ColourPop would do that too. So it's a little bit harder, like definitely if you're in the States, it is a lot easier to find affordable eye palettes. For us poor people in Canada, sometimes it's a little bit hard. You're kind of stuck with like your drugstore or going your high end, right? We do have kind of like NYX, Morphe, some independent brands, but it's not as like mainstream and easily available and known about. So I don't hate this palette. It's just nothing like, ooh, amazing, that I think like it would be my go-to. I like the colors. I think you can get a couple of different looks. If you're not really into some of those pinky shades, there's still enough browns in there to get you a different look. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day. Bye.